Welcome to my channel. Make sure you subscribe, like and comment.
Hello guys, welcome once again to this humble channel. So today we're going to be talking about the new version of Ready to Love. And this is the first season and it's called Ready to Love Make a Move. I'm going to say I did enjoy the show. I did enjoy the show. Um I loved the concept when I saw it. So I'm enjoying it. And we got to see some of the ladies. We saw four ladies from the previous seasons and a matchmaker. The matchmaker is actually very beautiful. Like she's beautiful and she's had 16 years of marriage. So she's absolutely doing well for herself. And she is going to be the one trying to make this beautiful ladies get the love of their life. What did you feel about the fact that it's not Tommy? Because I was surprised when it was not Tommy and it's now a new
Well,
lady person.
yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, and maybe it's something that is kind of needed was a woman's touch, because, as women, we kind of know what type of uh, love that we want, what type of love interest that we want in our lives. I
Yeah.
mean, of course, to me, looks doesn't matter. It's what's in the heart and how you treat yourself and others around. Are you
Yeah.
a good person? Do you have good morals? Do you pray? Do you believe in God? There's a lot of questions that you got to ask yourself. So yeah, it was a pleasant surprise to see a female matchmaker.
I One thing I'm happy about is that I want to see what difference she could make than with Tommy. Because we've seen with Tommy's, the only couples that has come out great is Joy and Clifton,
Right.
and they're married now. And I think Camila and I've forgotten the name of the guy she left the show with. They are still dating, although they are not married. They are still
Okay.
dating.
Okay.
Although I don't really count Joy and Clifton like a success story, because for me, I felt like they were fake. I felt like they knew each other before the show and
Mhm.
they just used the show to gain popularity. That's how I felt. So I don't usually count
Okay.
them as success stories of Ready to Love, actually. So I want to see what the different touch she's gonna bring than Tommy. Now let's talk about the ladies. I know, okay, I don't really know this lady because I didn't watch the season one of Ready to Love.
Yeah, I
So I
watched the
didn't.
one.
Oh, you watched season one? Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
I
I
didn't.
watched
I
that
didn't
one with
watch.
Ashley. That was season one.
Yeah. Did
Yeah,
did
I
you
watched it.
did you get to know her? Did you watch her? Was she like a very known person from the season?
Well,
Ashley.
I liked her from the first one. I just knew that when she picked Alex, I was like, Alex, it just seems like he was just a little arrogant. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't seem like it was gonna last too long. I don't know if Alex was really doing it for the show. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay, that was
she
from.
picked.
Are you talking from Alex's point of view or from her point of view that she didn't pick right, or Alex was not the right guy? His behavior was not just. He was giving red flag.
Yeah, he was giving red flags. He wasn't the right guy for her, and she seems like a sweet person, you know. So I liked her personality, but I didn't like it matched with Alex, because
Hmm.
he just seemed like a little player, you know, arrogant player, because she even admitted that his apartment wasn't in his name and his car was in his sugar mama's name. So, like, you know, bingo. I knew it was something wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? You know how your spirit just won't sit. When you see certain stuff, you can't put your finger right on it, but you know. Yeah, that's how it was with Alex. So, yeah, that's why she's on the show. It didn't work. Are you still there? Okay. Well, but other than that, I like Ashlee. I think she's a good person for this show. Because she seems like she brings sincerity to the show. Are you still there? Okay. Am I online by myself? Unfiltered Uzo, where are you? Oh wow. But other than that, I guess I'm talking by myself right now until she rejoins. But other than that, I remember Zadia, you know, as far as Zadia, she wasn't really a nice person as I can remember. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't
Oh,
know.
it's okay.
My Wi-Fi. Okay. Let's talk about the other lady, Verneashia. I did watch her season, and she was one of my favorites during her season. Although
Right.
a lot of people were saying that she chose the right guy, but I felt off about the guy. I felt off about Joel right
Mhm.
from the like I didn't he's a nice guy, but I felt like he wasn't really ready to love.
Right.
He just wanted to have fun, just enjoy the moments he had with her. That was what I felt. That was it. And I wasn't surprised when they came um at the reunion, and he was like she was like after 2 weeks after shooting he changed. I wasn't shocked in any way that that was what happened. I wasn't
Right.
shocked.
Right. Well, I think with Joel, I think his story was sort of like he had young kids and uh his wife or girlfriend passed away, leaving him with these young kids. And yeah, I think it was probably too soon for him to try and go out and find love because, you know, I mean, I'm the type of person, you got to wait for a good while before I bring you around my kids. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think he jumped into it too quick. Maybe in his mind, he was like,
With the
hey, I could
dating.
go on I could go on a bunch of dates and, maybe meet somebody. But yeah, I just kind of felt like he wasn't ready.
Hmm. Now to the next lady of the season we have Shareese. I would say I was never a huge fan of Shareese. I didn't like her. She has a very foul mouth. She's disrespectful, and I get that you want to put your point across. I get that you are very opinionated. Yes, you can be that, but there's something about knowing how to word or place your words, and that is where rudeness comes about. I felt like in her season she was rude. I felt like
Yeah.
she was. outrightly rude, and she covers it on that the step of, oh, I'm just trying to put across my point. Yes, you can put your across a point. You can put your point across. You can tell me what you want to say or how you feel. The problem now is um how you say it to me, because it could come as insulting. And that was how I felt she was. I didn't like her during her season. I just felt like, man, she said people call her that she was unlovable, and I feel like she is not. She's unlovable because of her very bad character.
Right. Well, with Shareese, I don't know. She kind of reminds me of a mean girl. You know, I mean,
Mhm.
she's pretty. But she
Very
kind
pretty.
of feels like, I don't know, like maybe other pretty girls threaten her in a way. You know what I'm saying? She's mean. I mean, like righteously mean. Like as soon as you meet her, it's like the faces that she makes is like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she kind of rubbed me the wrong way. We couldn't have been on the same set together, you know, because I'm nice at first, you know, but then I know how to get really mean, and me and her wouldn't have matched. Seriously, we wouldn't have matched, you know.
Exactly.
So yeah, but I feel like she doesn't have to be threatened, you know. I feel like maybe she's threatened, so she gets threatening, if that makes any sense.
I also feel like that. I
Yeah,
uh, I also
you
feel
know,
like that about her.
yeah. Then she feels like a man with kids. That's baggage. Well, my love, then you don't need to be in love because half of the men in the world got kids with somebody else. People have lives before you met them. So you can't write their life for them. Life isn't a storybook. Either you're
Mm-hmm.
compatible or you're not. And if you're not, you keep it pushing, because hey, somewhere out there is somebody who's willing to deal with your, you know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Yeah,
she makes dating. She seems like she makes dating too difficult because she has too many rules.
so many, so
Yeah,
many,
too many walls. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
so
just curious to
many.
see how this is gonna really work out. She's gonna like you one day and hate you the next. I cracked myself up. Sorry.
Uh, um. Okay. The next lady, Zadia. Zadia gave me mixed feelings during her season. But I don't want to judge her with that, because I felt like she was also a how would I put it? Production used her as a scapegoat. So I'm just gonna wait and see how she plays out in this season to really confirm. Okay, maybe that was really how her attitude is and her character is.
Well, when I've seen her in the other Ready to Love, I forgot what episode it
Yeah,
was. She was pretty nasty.
yeah, very pretty.
Yeah, she,
Really?
yeah,
You thought she was nasty?
yeah, I did. I felt that she was nasty, and a lot of it was really uncalled for. I can't exactly remember what was going on, but it was between her and another young lady. Um,
Yeah, Aisha.
yeah, and they were going back and forth, and uh, Nadia, Zadia, or however you pronounce her name. Say her name again. Zadia.
Zadia.
Okay, Zadia.
Zadia.
Yeah. Oh my God. Such a beautiful woman with a beautiful name, but a nasty attitude. You know what I'm saying? So I, her attitude was just. ugly. You know what I'm saying? And then the way
Yeah.
she told the gentleman off that was sitting down when she was supposed to go and tell him he wasn't ready to love, or he told her she wasn't ready to love. Oh my God, the way she went off on him. It's like she pulled a Chris move. you know,
Yeah,
I,
she did go off on him really bad.
yes. I was like, wow, is this really what a lady does when she's rejected? You know what I'm saying? It's like a little kid having a
Mm-hmm.
tantrum, you know? So I was like, yeah, she is a mean girl. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm curious to see what type of guy that I already know what she's gonna pick, but what kind of guy? Because the guy has to pick you too. You can't just pick the guy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Mm-hmm.
just curious to see who actually picks her. You know, and and then the part of her and well, maybe we're gonna get into that later. Okay, I'm gonna let you go on and go.
Yeah. Okay. Now, this season is like a different spice where we have 25 guys. Woo! That's like
That was a lot.
enough to pick from. When I did hear 25 guys, I don't think you can go wrong with 25 guys. Mm.
No. How could you pick a date like in a couple of seconds with a guy out of 25? I would have been like, okay, look, I don't know if I can play this game because that's not enough time. You know what I'm saying? It's like they didn't get to have no little mixer before they picked. It's just like, okay, here they are, pick.
Yeah.
Didn't
So
didn't you
now
think?
they come outside and they meet all the guys. And I'm gonna say the guys were looking, they're looking nice. Like at least we're looking at the guys and they look attractive.
Yeah,
We're working with something.
yeah. I mean,
So
they were clean cut. They looked like they knew what the assignment was. I
mhm.
mean,
No, they know the assignment.
yeah.
They worked with the assignment.
Oh yeah.
So they absolutely did absolutely well. Then they asked them to pick. Let's talk about the people that they pick. And let's first talk about, since we've been talking about Zadia, firstly, let's continue talking about her. She picked the guy called Richard, who is a school principal and 41. I have a lot to say. It's here I started saying that, okay, I feel maybe her attitude is still there. She hasn't
Mhm.
changed that much. Because what the hell was that? The guy was trying to make conversation.
Right.
He was trying. Yes, he might not be the everything you want, you know. He might not be the most amazing guy out there. Like, yeah, he might not talk the way you want him, but I feel like she threw patience out of the door. It pains me that she threw out her patience, but she expects people to have patience for her. Why? Like the guy just asked the question. If you don't like the question, you could have as well said, "Oh." There would have been a gentler way for her to have said, "Oh, are you? This is the kind of question you'll be asking me now, knowing each other." And you just went deep on. Oh wow, you're just going there, and she just checked out immediately. She checked. She didn't even give the guy a chance. And she was like, my patience is running out. I don't have time. My time is money. I'm like, this attitude is what makes you not you've not gotten somebody to love. And the way she came, she said she has she has anger issues. She has dealt with anger in different ways. But you've her season is like, I think 3 seasons back, right? Before after our season, that was when we have them Joy and Clifton and the other one and this one. Your season has been three seasons back, right? And
Mhm.
since then, you have not grown. You haven't tried to amend the thing you have. You still have this impatience. You still feel like I'm so precious. If you say one bad thing, you're off. I cut you off. And the way she treated this guy, and the way she was, treating him. I felt bad for the guy because I was like, at the moment, I felt like the guy should have even stood up himself and left because it didn't make sense the way she was just reacting to him, like as if he came with shit on his face or as if he said very something very offensive. Like, are you here? Love you. Let me for your girl. Let me for my girl. I can't hear
Yes,
you.
yes, I'm
Oh.
right here. I'm right here. I was listening to you talk, and then you stopped. But yeah, when it came to that little situation right there, I thought Zadia didn't she didn't act right. She didn't act well. You know, I didn't understand the reason why she was giving him the cold shoulder and dissing him like that. I thought the opportunity for them to get together was for her to get to know this guy. You
Mhm.
know, she asked a few questions. Her face turned cold and soulless, and then she was like, okay, I'm ready to book, without even saying goodbye or, you know, maybe we can be friends or, it seemed like she didn't really try to get to know him, y- you know?
She didn't give the guy a chance, and she was
Yeah,
in that process. She was also rude about it.
yeah, and maybe that's the reason why she's still single, you know? I mean, you got to give people a chance so you can
Mhm.
see who they are because you might be missing your blessing, you know? So
She
I didn't like the way she handled that first date. It was
it was sad.
classless. It was
Very
classless.
exactly. That's the right word. It was very classless. Like she did a very she did a very poor job. She did a very poor job. And that's what I felt bad. I literally felt very bad for the
Yeah,
guy.
yeah,
And
I
he
did
still
too.
tried. You could see that he wanted to at least get to know. He was still trying because me, as much as she checked out, I would have checked out.
Hmm.
I would have checked out.
Yeah,
Then she went
I would have too.
then she went to the other conversation. And I feel like the only reason why she flowed with that guy is because that guy seems like someone that has sweet mouth. It seems like someone that is a smooth talker.
Hmm.
You talk about the fact that you want a man, but when you see someone serious, it becomes an issue.
Yeah, I don't think she's really ready to love. She's. How could you be ready to love when it doesn't even seem like you value and love yourself? That's just my opinion. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's you can't go around just being nasty all the time and thinking that some man is gonna take it and say, "Hey, I'm gonna love you through your nastiness." No, it doesn't work like that. That's how you end up alone. Women are supposed to be soft. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We can get tough. Not saying we can't get tough, but your first approach should be your softest approach. And she didn't bring that. It just seems like she was done and over like in 5 minutes. She was over it. You
I
know.
we well, let's just see how that will go.
Hmm.
Let's just see how it will go. Um, but let's also talk about this date she had with this guy. I've even forgotten. Thank God I scrolled down. The things she was saying. to this guy. When the guy talked about kids, whether there's kids in her future, when she said you're gonna write a contract, I was like, you could have as well as said no. You get okay. I don't see kids in my future. End. Full stop. Over with. Well, what is the meaning of if we want to have kids, we have to write a contract?
She sounds like Portia in Atlantic Housewives. I think she was trying to write a contract with one of her boyfriends before she actually had her baby. That is crazy. It's really crazy, and that doesn't work. But I just really want to talk about, like, okay, so Zadia didn't choose the guy she had the quick first date with, but she wants to choose the same guy that Venetia chooses, which is Jabari. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Like,
She
what
said
kind of.
she did say she had. That's why I said she picked this guy because he's a smooth talker. You know the way there's no way Jabari would open his mouth and you would not want to. I think he's very social. I think he's those kind of people that they know how to talk. They know how to engage you.
Right.
They know how to make you be like, okay, fine. I want to have a conversation with this lady.
Yeah, but that's just crazy. I mean, like, that to me, that was kind of like stabbing somebody in the back. Like, you had a chance to pick someone. You didn't want that person. So that means that you should go on your date alone or don't have a date. But you're gonna pick the same person that another young lady has picked, and like you should share that date. And I just it threw me, because for the life of me, I just didn't get it. Like, what the heck is she doing? Where's her morals? You know. But hey, it's a show. It's a love show. So I don't know. It just kind of threw me for a loop when I seen that they were going on a date with the same guy that she decided she wanted to choose her guy too.
Well, for me, I really didn't see any issue with it because I felt like this is just the first period, and for now they could still try to do the same people. Probably as the days are going forward or the episodes are going forward, then we'll now know what exactly is um and stuff. But another thing that literally like pulled me off of Zadia is that the fact that when they now sat down at the couch to talk about how they felt about the dates, and she said she felt a friend zone friendship. And I'm like, why won't you feel that way? You told a man that said he wants kids, he wants to get married, he still wants to have kids, and you literally told him that okay, if you want kids, you have to write a contract. Of course, he would friend zone you. What was she expecting?
Ah, I'm not sure what she was expecting, uh, but she's a mess. She is. She is a hot little mess. You know, she's not ready for anything. I think she just, she's a beautiful woman, and I don't
Yeah.
know, if she just wants to be on the show, just to be on the show, and maybe she might find somebody, but she's not really taking anything or anyone too seriously. She's just having herself a good time.
Hmm. I hope that will work out for her actually. I hope that works out for her too.
Yeah, I hope so.
Now let's go to the next person, and this is we're talking about Sheree. She decided to pick. When she was picking the guy, she was like, "I want to pick the guy that is dressed well. I'm looking from his shoes." I was like, "All right." She just started the picking. When you start like that, how are you supposed to find the guy? And she ended up picking this guy, Antonio. He's a Marine Corps engineer. So probably that's why she got attracted to him at the first instance. And their chats. was literally great. I did enjoy the chats they had. At least she wasn't giving so much of a like I want to be there like so hard. She was still trying to be receptive because I expected her to flare up when he said that he has a 4-year-old child. I did expect her to be her normal self when how she was in that season, but I feel like there's a little bit of change when it
Right.
comes to her
Mm-hmm.
because she's now accommodating a little bit because remember last season she did not want to even have any chat with anybody that has a child. And now
Right.
she's listening and even having a
Mm-hmm.
chat and even went on a date with somebody that has a chat, that has a
Right.
child, and 4-year
Mm-hmm.
old for that matter. That means he's close, the child. That means him and the baby mama, it has not been long that they like, had that. And I was surprised that she didn't flare. But what did you think about these dates they had after?
Um. Well, I think that was nice of her to, hear him out, give him a chance, get to know him. You know what I'm saying? Um. Do I think that relationship's gonna work? No, I don't.
No, I don't think it's
But
gonna work.
yeah,
I
but
think she already checked out from this date.
yeah, I think she did too. Soon as I think that when he said that 4 years old, that means that they're still in touch, on a weekly
No,
or maybe
I
daily
think
basis.
I don't even think it's the 4-year old that made her check out. I think it's the fact that he said he was a cheater.
Oh yeah, he did say he was a cheater before. Yeah, but he said he was young, back in the day. Uh, Most men were back in the day,
No, but isn't there a saying once a cheater, always a cheater?
I don't really believe that. I don't really believe that because you're going to change for who you really want.
Okay.
You're going to change for who you really want. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you love somebody,
Mhm.
whatever you're doing that they don't like, eventually you're going to change it because you just want to keep the peace because you want to be with that person. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Mhm.
I I think that he was willing to change, you know, to be with her, but she's not trying to. No, I think it was the kid thing, and more than possibly the cheating thing.
But do you
And
think
then
that she would give
then
him
his
another
age.
chance?
Yeah, then his age. Remember, she commented about his age.
Yeah,
I'm older than
yeah,
you.
I even forgotten the age. She felt
Yeah,
like he's younger, too younger than her.
yeah,
But he already told her that that's not a problem for him.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that's because they
the
both
in
have
the
youth right
her
now.
subconscious, even if she knows that he said it's not okay, something that is already inbuilt in her, we feel like it's not a nice situation that she's with somebody that is way younger than her.
Yeah, maybe she doesn't feel like he's soiled his raw oats already, like he's still out
Mm-hmm.
there searching and where she's more ready to settle down.
Mm.
Because when he was like his late 30s and she's like her early 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, maybe she feels like he's not at the settling down age. He still want to be out there, at the nightclubs, partying and popping his fingers and popping bottles.
Mm-hmm.
When she just want to Netflix and chill.
Um, right. Well, I just hope it will actually work out for them, or maybe she will meet another guy that would understand her and accept her for who she is. So let's move
Right.
on to the next person, and that is uh Ashlee. Then she picked Donald, and I think that Donald is a good guy. Do they match? That's now the issue. Because during this conversation in the house, it was cool. Like you
Mm-hmm.
would see that the chemistry was chemistry between the both of
Right.
them. Now the problem I have is that when they went on the dates, on this date, and he was talking, he said she's the opposite of him. He's like the indoor, quiet kind of person. Why she is very bubbly. I like her for who she is. Like, I think she's gonna be one of the people I do like on this season. She's very bubbly. She's very outspoken. Like, she always want to talk. She always want to smile. She's
Mm-hmm.
happy go merry, and that is different from what he's used to. Now my problem now is, would that be a barrier for them in their relationship? Because sometimes when when it's something that you're not used to, and you get to, get to use it for the first time, you get to make a lot of mistakes.
Right.
You make a lot of mistakes until you try another time. And this is not a time to be trying another time. This is the only time they get it. If they don't get it now, it's over.
Right. I think
So
maybe.
that's the problem I have, is that I feel like they might not last. No, you can go on.
Well, I mean, they got off to a pretty
You
good
were saying something.
start. Huh? Can you hear me?
You were saying something. I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I was saying that it seemed like they got off to a pretty good start, and they're kind of like vibing with each other, and the energy is matching. They both, have good questions toward each other. They're, eye to eye. They're relating. Little flirtatious, which is good. So I don't know how it's gonna work out for them too. Because sometimes I think maybe Ashlee is a
Actually,
little emotional. She's a little emotional at
yeah,
times.
she's
You
very. Oh
know
my
what I'm
God,
saying? Yeah,
she's
she's a little
very, very
emotional.
emotional.
Yeah, and like she said, her stepfather had died in a gunshot, and she has daddy issues, you know. And so I
Mm-hmm.
think that plays a big part in the guys that she chooses, you know. And she needs to reel that in, that daddy issue, like reel that in seriously. You can't go out here dating guys if you're looking for a daddy in every man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, because you can only
I,
have one daddy.
yeah. When she said she has daddy issues, I was like, that's such a kind of, I would say red flag, pink flag.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, that's such a pink flag. When you have daddy issues, I think you look at the wrong guys a lot.
yeah. I mean, you look for one. There's no love no greater than a father's love.
Mm-hmm.
For a little girl who grows up with a dad, uh, nobody could ever take your dad's love. You,
Of
you know what I'm saying?
course.
Nobody could ever take that place. You know what I'm saying? So when you get older, you kind of look like, oh, I want the same type of endorsement feeling that I have when when my dad, my protector, my savior, my first hero. You look for that in a man.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you don't always find it. You get let
Yeah.
down. So I say first be your own hero first. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Love yourself enough to be your own hero. And then so when you meet your mate, you're not putting that type of pressure on yourself to expect that out of them, and then if you don't get it, you're not brokenhearted. If that makes any
Uh,
sense, I don't know. I'm just
yeah,
talking.
yeah, it does. It does
So
make sense.
yeah, I don't know if he's the type of guy who can give her that type of support when she breaks down, or if he's going to be like, you know what, this is like toxic. I don't need this. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
that's what I'm also scared of. Because of their personalities and
Mhm.
the kind of personality he does have, I don't think it will really, really go down well with the both of them.
Right. I wish her luck, but
Yeah,
you
I do
know,
wish her luck, like all the luck in
yeah, but
life.
she can't bring her daddy issues to every relationship.
Yeah. So let's finally go to Venetia. Venetia chose this guy, Jabari. You know what came to my mind? I said, I think she has a type.
Hmm.
Because the first guy, Joel from her season, he was also bald. So I was like, okay, does she does she have a type?
I guess so.
Because for me, it looked that way because of first I tried to show like, yeah, that guy, and I was like, okay, maybe she does have a type and the kind of guy that she likes. But I did like their conversations over
Mhm.
at the house. Like it was flowing. He's a good conversationalist. Like he knows how to talk. He knows how to express himself. He's not shy. He goes for it the way he
Mhm.
wants it. So I feel like, yeah, I do like the guy. Um, but I know that she'll be very reserved this season because the last season, immediately this guy talked to her, Joel, she locked in on him. Every other person, she kind of closed up on them. She wasn't really interested
Mhm.
anymore. So I think she doesn't want to make that same mistake this time. That even if she likes somebody very much,
Mhm.
I'm not going to lose sight of what I came here for. So I did like the fact that she made that decision.
Right. I think Venetia is just basically she's looking for love. She wants to be in love. I think she wants a good man. She wants a man who's going to take care of her heart, and don't break it. Which hey, I completely understand, you know, but first off, I hate to sound like this, but this is the advice I
Yeah.
give my girls when they're dating. I tell them, leave your heart at home.
Mm-hmm.
Take your good sense and and your self-awareness with you. Leave your heart at home. you know you definitely don't take it on the first date, the second date, the seventh date, the 10th date. You got to get to know a person. you know so I mean, I understand where she's coming from as her being a more seasoned woman. She's been through it. So now she's looking for somebody to be authentic with her, somebody who's going to be truthful with her, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and someone basically is going to be a gentleman. So I'm not sure how this is going to go with her and Jabari. I'm sorry. I don't think.
Jabari.
Yeah, I think it's not really going to work between those two, because if you're willing to date me and you're willing to date her and I know about it, you're more for her. You're suited best for her than for
Mm-hmm.
me. you
Mm-hmm.
know, I'm gonna let her have you.
Yeah.
You know, we can be friends, but all that dating stuff, nah, she can have you. You know, so yeah, And that was that. Like I said, that was some strange stuff there. I think one of the girls said she didn't even like sharing a meal. She don't want to share a guy. I'm the same way. I don't want my future man kissing all over other women. I just don't.
But it can tend to happen on the show now.
Well, yeah, well, you know what? Kiss my hand. How about that? Because the cheeks and the lips, you know. But see, I'm talking as a married woman. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But single women, yeah, okay, yeah, they do all that kind of stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know about Jabari if it's gonna really work out for Verneashia. I think she's still searching for something else that Jabari can't bring to the table.
I also feel that way. Well, I'm expecting because I'm happy at least she's not putting all her egg in one basket like she did in her season. I'm happy that she has decided to make a change, and I can't really wait
Mhm.
for the new guys that the matchmaker picked up for this set of guys.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Very interesting. And considering the fact, okay, let's think about the rules of the show. Do you feel it's fairer? Now they've picked out four guys and they went out with some of them. Now she picks up the matchmaker picks up four guys. They go on dates with those guys, and the person you feel most attracted to stays, and the person you don't leaves the experiment. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like that was right? I feel like it might not
Um,
really have much impact.
I don't know. I think it's kind of putting me on the concept that that other dating show that they just had. It wasn't Ready to Love. It was Put a Ring on It. Did you ever see Put a Ring on It?
Uh-uh.
Okay. Yeah, that concept is kind of like the concept they had on there where it was four couples. They were going on they go on dates with other people that the psychologist picked for them, you know, and it was basically experiment to see, are you going to value this person more? Do you value your mate? It was kind of like sort of similar to that. But I'm just curious to see what what's her name? Tamica Lee. I'm curious to see what her talents are, her skills are as far as matchmaking. I mean, do you know these women well enough? And do you know these guys well enough to actually be a matchmaker? Or are you just giving them dates? You know what I'm saying? I just want to know what her strategy is.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, I wish the four girls success in picking out who is the best guy for them. I wish them success, and I can't wait to watch it because it seems interesting, and I hope they still continue in this way. Do you have any other things to round up for the episode?
Well, I just have a feeling that it's not going to be good in the house with four women because the old saying, uh, two women in the house can't get along, four women in the house, we're going to see what happens, okay? I just feel like the house isn't going to be quiet. It's going to be some explosive stuff, you know? So I just want to just sit back, check it out, and we can have more discussions on it.
Well, I literally hope it works out for them. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining us on today's recap and review on Ready to Love, Make a Move. We'll still be here same time next week to talk about the show. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.